survival and growing and just rotting away. Of course, there's a lot of misery, but it is the same misery that is all around us. The trees here are in misery and the birds are in misery. I don't think they sing, they just screech in pain.
The Burden of Dreams is a 1982 documentary about one German filmmaker's Sisyphean effort in making his singular artistic vision a reality in the unaccommodating Peruvian Amazon. This documentary follows the devastating setbacks and breakdowns in the project, as well as Werner Herzog's spiraling mental state.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Despite the inspiration for the hook, 2025's Let God Sort 'Em Out is nothing like that. The key operating word to describe this album is precision. The execution is masterful, inspired by a divine confidence.
Yellow diamonds look like peepee.
Its cunning cocaine poetry shows off a finesse that has been achieved through years of grinding. It's this attitude that makes it the hardest album of the year. Yet, after only 2 minutes into each listen, I'm a weeping mess. What the hell, man? Birds Don't Sing is an ode to Pusha T and Malice's mother and father. The brothers take turns in eulogizing their final moments with their parents. The song flips what we'd typically expect from an album structure, right on its head. Although it has the hungry energy of an enticing opening track, the mournful tone is much more befitting of a closer. But Clipse does not use the emotional climax as a punctuation mark. Rather, it's their opening blow. Putting it front and center offers a different type of emphasis, as if they can't go on rapping before they get this off their chests. Push has the first verse and raps about his mother's passing. The central theme in this verse is regret, the notion that his mother kept trying to send him a message that he was not receptive to. She knew that her death was imminent, but he was too self-absorbed to put time aside for her.
Seeing you that day, telling you my plans, but I was leaving you that day. And I realized in that instant, our last conversation, you was against it. Told you I was going to Turks for Thanksgiving. I heard what I wanted to hear, but didn't listen.
Instead of spending his holiday with his mother, as she gently insists, Push spends the time in Turks and Caicos, a holiday island typically associated with the rich and famous. Push uses this location to signify how his success has distanced him from his mother, not only physically but emotionally, psychically.
You even told Dad you wished y'all never split it. So you were checking boxes, I was checking my mentions.
We need to put a pin in that, but throughout this verse, his mother is getting her affairs in order, but Push is too concerned with the fame, keeping up with appearances rather than connecting to those closest to him. Now, as much as I love Pusha T, it's Malice that's pushing another level on this album. He has this clarity and poise with which he delivers his verses that is just unmatched. Not only does he paint a more vivid picture, but they're punctuated by even more woeful wisdom.
Your car was in the driveway, I knew you were home. By the third knock, a chill ran through my bones. The way you miss mama, I guess I should've known. Chivalry ain't dead, you ain't let her go alone.
Yeah, this part always punches me in the gut, and this is where I start welling up. It ties in so perfectly with Push expressing his mother's regret for splitting with their father. The two brothers, after all is said and done, after their parents have lived their lives, are constructing the sweet forever after through their song.
Found you in the kitchen, scriptures in the den, half-written text that you never got to send. Combing through your dresser drawer, where do I begin? Posted noted Bible quotes, were you preparing then?
Again, Malice echoes Push's verse, a message, a knowing, a mirroring between the brothers' discoveries, between the parents' actions, like husband, like wife. As their mother got her affairs in order with the family, their father got right with the Lord.
Shared you with my friends, the pops they never had. You lived for our fishing trips, damn I had a dad. See mine made sure he had every base covered, so imagine his pain finding base in the cupboard.
If I was welling up before, damn I had a dad opens the floodgates. I've lost my own father and it's hard to face or to even think about. Yes, this line is about death, but it speaks life, it speaks presence. It's so grand in its simple proclamation. Of course, lending to its power is the same theme of regret that we saw in Pusha's verse. Although not fully explored, we can see that Malice, at least in this moment, wishes he could communicate his appreciation for his father through acting more responsibly himself. Of course, that might seem like a lame thing to admit for a cocaine rapper, but that's what elevates the sincerity of the moment even more. Here, Malice embraces the vulnerability with the same panache he flexes with. The birds don't sing, they screech in pain. What a way to frame an album as well. Even when we hear and celebrate the mastery of their craft, we are also asked to take a step back and to understand that there might be a misery behind the flaunting. A reminder that we need to always read between the bars.
If I abandon this project, I would be a man without dreams, and I don't want to live like that. I live my life, or I end my life with this project. It's not only my dreams. My belief is that all these dreams are yours as well.